lived it. You've seen every part of the corners of the road. I mean, really, you've
Yep.
lived it.
Yes,
You've seen
sir.
every situation.
I thank God that I've been able to stay sane through it all and learn the lessons. Even, like when Hendrix, when we were out on I think it was Staten Island, this pop festival.
Staten Island. I grew up not too far from that area.
And
Mhm.
we were playing. Of course, there was a lot of big names on the bill, and we had already gone on, but Jimmy sent his right hand man, his buddy Rabbit, over to grab me. He said, "Man, Jimmy wants to talk to you. See you over in his dressing room." And I said, "Great, man, I'll be right over." Well, we had met before, and he was in my dressing room when I came off stage at the Fillmore East, New York City. And that was the biggest surprise of my life because Jimi Hendrix was my guitar god, dude. So, anyways, I get some dry clothes on, and I go over there, and I walk in, and man, these guys have got these look like snowdrifts, little snowdrifts on the desk there, and I went, oh. And Rabbit hands me this rolled up $100 bill. He says, "Here, get you some of that." I said, "No, no, no, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys go ahead and knock yourself out. I've never done anything. I don't do that kind of stuff." And Jimmy looks at me, and Stephen, he says, I wouldn't give you anything that would hurt you." And I look at him. I had just got done hugging this guy. He's my guitar god. And I go, "Well, just give me a little tiny little bit to see what tastes like. I don't want to do nothing like you guys are gonna, do that stuff." So Rabbit takes the switchblade, he goes, "Psh," and he sticks it in this line. And what's on the tip of the point of the knife, he said, "Just hold one side like that, and I'll hold this up there." So I went, and I snorted this stuff, and it went right through the top of my head. It went straight up. And it's like, oh man, what the hell is that? And then the guy comes back and says, "Jimmy, you got to get on stage." Well, I had my packing blanket up on top of the equipment truck, and I had my spot all set for when Jimmy went on stage. I was going to be right there, stage level, and watch him perform. Well, them guys go down and they take that $100 bill and they whiff up those snowdrifts that are on that desk. And I'm thinking, oh man, holy shit. Anyway, I get up on the truck, and the stuff that I snorted had not really hit me real good, evidently. But I was really in a good mood to watch Jimmy, and I was stage level. He walks out on the stage, and he's got a guitar on. I mean, they put it on him. Walks up and they put his guitar on. He's reaching out for his guitar, and he's missing the guitar neck by a good foot. It's like, choo, choo. And I'm going, oh no. And this started to have a mental effect on me. I went,
Yeah.
oh no. And that stuff that I snorted was helping that effect. And this blonde-haired kid with no shoes and socks, no shirt, bell bottoms that he walked the excess length off of, these ragged ass bell bottoms. And he comes up behind Jimmy, grabs Jimmy's wrist, and he grabs the guitar neck and he puts them together right there. Boom. And it's like Jimmy looks over his shoulder at the guy like, oh my God, thank you. And then he tried to play, but he only tried. He did those, his bass player and drummer were playing the song that they were supposed to be playing, and Jimmy couldn't find his ass with both hands, man. He was so far gone. So he steps down on his echo unit, and it's going wow, 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 wow. I mean, and as it's doing that, it's loud. Hell, man, it's a PA system it's affecting thousands of people, right? And I'm sitting there, and that wow, 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 my whatever that shit, in me, it started to get me. And the last thing I remember was that echo going. And then I wake up. I fell off that truck. I'm on the ground. I wake up. I come to, and there's all of these faces down around. They're like looking down at. Oh man, are you all right, Mark? It's like, holy shit.
God.
I'm sick, I'm sick to my stomach. To come to find out, it was a cross between heroin and cocaine. It was a mix of that I took that little, and that was the first and last. But it was because my guitar hero said, Mark, I wouldn't give you anything that would
Yeah.
hurt you.
The Jimi Hendrix experience is over. The acid rock musician died today in a London hospital, apparently from an overdose of drugs.
At rock festivals, Hendrix was paid $50,000 for a single performance. His album sold in the millions. He should have been a millionaire. It's not known whether he saved his money, but it is known that today, Jimi Hendrix is dead, an overdose. He was 28.
And dude, this is going on in our world. There's young kids that's got somebody going, I wouldn't give you anything that would hurt you. Holy shit. Then they're hooked.
Yeah.
Then they want more. Then they felt so good because it got them out of the debt consciousness that they're in. This drug freed them up. Now they want more. You see, it's a vicious cycle. And even a friend of mine in the CIA told me that the CIA was in business to ensure that enough drugs got into our inner cities in America to take us down. That's what the CIA is in business for, he says to me. So I'm just passing this forward. Maybe it's giving somebody some pieces to the puzzle. Maybe it's giving those listeners and those who watch this video podcast.
Fingers crossed. I mean, we just lost Taylor Hawkins. I mean, the stuff is coming. You don't know they're mixing. First of all, drugs are no good. But then you don't know what you just said. It's here to destroy us. Taylor Hawkins of the Foo Fighters just was on tour, right?
Wow.
3 kids, wife, family, father figure. You have to ask yourself, he had a coma. In the past, he had a situation, went into a coma way back. But you think as a father, if you walked into a room, what would you do if you saw your children doing this? So now here he is. So I don't know the details of it, but he's in out of the country in Colombia. Maybe the champagne, he had a feeling good, the crowd, it all got to your head. Maybe he had his Jimi Hendrix moment. Maybe somebody said, I won't hurt you. Supposedly he called for an ambulance because he felt it.
Oh,
There was no turning back. And what happened now? His kids lost a father. His wife lost a husband. The band lost a friend. I mean, is there any, your words can help. I mean, I'm sure a guy like Taylor or whoever these musicians are out there, they grew up listening to, they respect you. I know Mark Slaughter does. I know I do. You lived it. You've been there. So whatever words you can do, I mean, what do you say on that situation if somebody needs the help? I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, well, it's got to be an example. And as long as we're pointing to the problem and we're truthful and we don't have anything to gain by this except for when you actually give from your heart. Brother Stephan, you know this. Love is an instant rewarder because it's love driving you to do what you've just done. And love is a rewarder of those who diligently seek it. So that example to somebody in trouble, to somebody who's lived this life that we're talking about, and maybe they're so confused, about everything, and they do something like, they do something they know they shouldn't, but it has brought them relief in the past. So they're going to do it some more to get rid of that relief. You got to free yourself from that bullshit. Nobody is going to come up and snap you out of it. It has to be you. But you are given the tools to do this. Everyone has the tools to set themselves free. And I just encourage those who are watching and listening, do it. Set yourself free. Emancipate yourself from the madness, and you're going to find that love. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
That's right. You got to clear your head, clear the garbage out of your life, whatever
Amen.
it is. You got to clear it. You got to clear it. You know,
Right on,
I want
brother.
to, you know what? I know you're probably busy and I don't want to take up all your time, but there's a couple things I wanted to talk about because you do
Let's
have,
talk.
you do have a single that came out, Never and Always. Got no reason to be.
Yeah.
The video's out. I wanted to play a little bit for the guys, whoever's watching in here. I mean, I was digging it, and your voice, man, I don't know what you're doing or what meditation or your mind is. I just, God loves you because your voice sounds better than ever, man. I fell down in a river of trouble. And you're still playing, right? You don't tune, you're still the same guy. You know, do you tune your strings down or anything? What do you do? Any secrets?
For the last 8-10 years, I tuned to 4-3-2, which is just a little, I mean, you can't hardly tell the difference. But a friend of mine sent me a link and he said, you got to watch this link first and then call me back. So I watched the link. This is a guy who puts a 15-inch speaker in front of a kiddie pool on a deck. He's got a tone generator. He does A2 at 125 decibels. And you know 125 decibels will tear your face right off of your head. And it's got chop on the water. I mean, it's just all across this kiddie pool. It's just frothing. So then he turns it to A432 and he plays A2 at 125 decibels. It is a sheet of glass, brother. And that, like, what is this? What is this? ADIKA, I call him. He says, now this is what I want you to do. Because he asked me before, what kind of acoustic guitar do you have? I told him I got a Guild D52. And so he says, I want you to tune that D52 to 4-3-2 and just play. And just that in itself is, you're going to feel it. He says, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So I hang up with him and I got the little headstock tuner and tune it down to where it's 4-3-2. Okay. You just count backwards from 4-3-2. There it is. And it is the frequency of the universe. So I'm tuning it. And as I'm coming down, brother, when it hits and I get the green light on the tuner, it's got this whistle on it. Every string has got this little whistle on it. And I'm going, oh no, am I hearing this right? It wasn't louder. It wasn't that it was louder. It was just more. The frequency that, just every harmonic coming off the strings. It was loving me. It was just loving me. And I played that guitar a couple of hours, dude. I did not want to put it down. I am so glad that you asked that question, Stefan, because guitar players out there and keyboardists, doesn't matter, because you go to global and you tune the damn thing down to 4-3-2 or wherever you want to put it. Man, 4-3-2 is the answer. It really is. I mean, for music and for creativity, never and always is in 4-3-2, brother. Where is the love? Honey, they were saying bravo. It has a thing about it. It just does.
It does. Let me see if I can pull up this video because it's such a great song. It really is. I mean, everybody knows the old stuff, but you got to check out Mark's news of it. It's incredible. Let's see this right here. Gotta slow down. Lord, I can't swim, baby. Where is the love? Honey, they were saying bravo, bravo. beautiful. Oh my God. I get copy strike. I just was getting, I swear to God, I just got chills. I swear to you, just now listen to you when you went into the chorus. I'm getting chills. It's so good.
Bless
I'll
your
put a
heart.
YouTube copy. It's too good. Just copy strike me. I'll edit it later. I'm going to play more videos, but you guys get the links down below for Mark's website, his music, his tours. While I got Mark, I mean, it's so damn good. I really just got chills.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Honey, that you said would be forever and always.
That was Mark Farner. If you want to see more of this episode, click on that box right there. But until then, you crazy kids, we're going to see you later. And remember, it's only rock and roll, and we like it.